My name is Anna Terehova. The topic of my lecture is nuclear infrastructure. Nuclear infrastructure is a combination of public and private institutions, competent personnel, and regulatory environment within which stakeholders operate. The nuclear infrastructure covers the nuclear industry management system, human capacity, and human resources. It covers all stages of nuclear cycle, from uranium mining to radioactive waste management. We will consider three key aspects of nuclear infrastructure: development, financing, and regulation. The activities needed to prepare the infrastructure for nuclear power can be split into three phases, with the duration of each phase's development of the degree of commitment and the resources applied in the country. The three phases is developing the infrastructure necessary to support a nuclear power program are as follows. Phase 1. Consideration before a decision to launch a nuclear power program in taken. Phase 2. Preparatory work for the constructing and construction of a NPP after a decision has been taken. Phase 3. Activities to implement the first NPP. The completion of each phase is marked by a specific milestone where the progress of the development effect can be assessed and decision can be made move on the next phase. The team infrastructure milestone is used to identify the point at which all the activities required in that phase of development has been successfully completed. These milestones are as follows. Milestone 1. Ready to make a acknowledgeable commitment to a nuclear power program. Milestone 2. Ready to invite bids or negotiate a contract for the first NPP. Milestone 3. Ready to operate the first NPP. Table shows the 19 infrastructure issues that need to be considered for each milestone. These are the following issues: national position, nuclear safety, management, funding and financing, legal framework, safeguards, regulatory framework, radiation protection, electric grid, human resources development, stakeholder engagement, send and supporting facilities, environment protection, emergency preparedness and response, nuclear security, nuclear fuel cycle, radiation waste management, industrial involvement, procurement. The life cycle of nuclear power plant from a nuclear safety point of view can be divided into 5 phases. Phase 1. Safety infrastructure considerations before a decision to launch a nuclear power program is taken. Average duration 1 or 3 years. Phase 2. Safety infrastructure preparatory work for the construction of a nuclear power plant after a policy decision has been taken. Average duration 3 or 7 years. Phase 3. Safety infrastructure activities to implement the first nuclear power plants. Average duration 7 or 10 years. Phase 4. Safety infrastructure during the operation phase of the nuclear power plant. Average duration 40 or 60 years. And Phase 5. Safety infrastructure during the decommission and waste management phase of the nuclear power plant. Average duration 20 to more than 100 years. Let's look at the first 3 phases. Figure provides an indicative time frame and some important milestones expected in each of the phases. At the end of phase 1, the state is ready to make an acknowledgeable commitment to a nuclear power program. At the end of phase 2, the state is ready to invite bids or to negotiate and contract for the first nuclear power plants. At the end of phase 3, the state is ready to commission and operate the first nuclear power plant. Financing of nuclear infrastructure is a key factor developing the success of nuclear programs. Nuclear projects require a significant capital investment. So it is important to understand the source of financing and subsidy mechanism. Financing sources. Public investment. Many countries, such as Russia, China, and India, actively finance nuclear projects through public budgets. Private investment. In some countries, for example, the United States, private companies play significant roles in financing nuclear energy. International organization. The International Atomic Energy Agency, the World Bank, and other organizations provide grants and loans for the development of nuclear infrastructure. Funding refers to items that are the responsibility of the government. For example, initial development of the operation organization. Financing refers to the rising of capital required to contract the NPP and the establishment of an income stream to support long-term safe operation and solve the debts and equity arrangements. Initial funding for the infrastructure development will likely come from the government sources. Specific items that will require government funding include human resources development and the creation of legal framework. Financing for the first NPP can be pursued in a number of ways, and a typical financing structure for a project will include both debt and equity finance from several sources, including probably the host government. Example, USA, the Loan Guarantees Program, which provides guarantees for loans of the construction of new nuclear power plants. Russian, the state companies Rosatom financing the construction of nuclear power plants both domestically or abroad. The regulatory infrastructure is a system of body and regulations that ensures the safety, security, and control of the use of nuclear technology. Without effective regulation, the safe development of nuclear energy is impossible. Main functions of regulatory bodies: licensing, issuing permits for the construction and operation of nuclear facilities; inspections, conducting inspections at nuclear facilities to prevent accidents; regulatory development, creating rules and standards for the safe use of nuclear technology. Figure provides insights into the progress involvement to the regulatory body and the operating organization in nuclear power-related activities. International regulation. The International Atomic Energy Agency plays key roles in developing international standards and helping countries establish regulatory infrastructure. Conventions. For example, the Convention of Nuclear Safety sets out countries' obligations to ensure the safety of nuclear facility. Examples of regulatory authority: Russian Roskomnadzor, USA Nuclear Regulatory Commission, France Nuclear Safety Authority. Nuclear infrastructure is a complex and multifaceted system that required coordinated effort at all levels. from technology development to regulation and financing. Its development is key to ensuring energy security and sustainable development. However, success develops not only on technology, but also on effective government, international cooperation, and public trust. Thank you for your attention.